Welcome to our second period for SS1 for week 2. For this lesson, we are going to look at continuous writing, and in continuous writing, we are taking argumentative essay. You are familiar with argumentative essay, but to refresh our memories, let's go over again what argumentative essay is all about. Arguments generally concern spirited debates. You cannot talk about argumentative essays without talking about debates. It concerns spirited debates and controversies. Okay, so first and foremost, there are always two points of view or two sides to an argument. It's always two sides, and you have to choose which side you want to argue for or against any given topic. Now, the act of convincing someone to what you have to say, to believe in you, to accept your point of view, is not very easy if you do not have the points that you want to use. So when you are looking at argumentative essay, you have to consider both sides and view which one who have more points in to convince your listener or your reader, and then you decide to choose that side where you will be able to do more convincing. So an argumentative essay is usually based on a controversial subject or a debate, which you have to choose a side. In argumentative essays, you want to appeal to your reader or your listener through a logical and knowledgeable presentation of ideas. You present yourself in an assertive manner by making direct and firm statements. These are two basic methods of argumentative essays that we are going to consider: the detached or the objective method. Now, here the writer presents both sides of an argument. That is called a detached method. You are not attached to any side. You are just presenting the argument. So you argue both for and against. Now, this type of method is not used in WK. In WK, you have to take a stand. When you are writing your WK examinations, you have to take a stand. In this type of argumentative essay, the writer or the speaker is not taking any stand. He's just presenting the argument for and the argument against. So I advise you again, do not use this method except if it is asked for, if it is required in your examination. The other method, which is the partisan method, this is where your point of view are stated for the argument. So you are either arguing for or you are arguing against the topic. You have to choose one here. Okay, so how do you write an argumentative essay, especially the partisan method? Please get your biro and your paper and write this down. Your first paragraph is the introduction. Your first paragraph is the introduction. In the introduction, in as few sentences as possible, state your point of view, state your name, and state your point of view. Introduce yourself and state the point you are going to argue about, for or against. Then the next thing is the second paragraph. In the second paragraph, explanation of the opposing point of view. What you think your opponent, are going to say. In the third paragraph, give explanation why that point of view, your opponent's point of view that you have explained in the second paragraph is wrong. You refute their opposing point, and then you go on and state your own point of view. State your own point of view logically and state them one after the other. Remember to use paragraph linkers, linking one point to the other, stating all your points of view. In the fourth paragraph, this is the conclusion. Develop your point of view and statement of the main reason for it. Put more flesh, develop it. Where you have more information which require longer arguments, state them. Keep stating them. The paragraphs could be extended. So this is where you put a lot of flesh into your argument, and you state them and you reiterate what you have stated before. This, and then you conclude your argument. So you conclude your argument by stating the fact that you know that from your point of view, you have been able to convince the reader or the listener to your own way of thinking about the topic. So in your conclusion, at the end of it, you must have words that shows that you are confident that you have won your reader or listener over. So this is the way to write your argument. So in summary, remember that arguments involve active disagreement with a known argument or refutation of an anticipated argument, presentation of both sides or presentation of your own side, favoring one side, and your confession of being able to win the other party over. Okay, remember to use paragraph linkers and write your paragraphs logically. For your classwork, I would like you to write an argumentative essay. Write for or against the topics mothers are better caregivers than fathers. Write it, drop it online, or write it in your book, snap it and post it online in the forum. I will get back to you after I've read through your essays. Again, like I always say, stay safe and God bless you.